Hey everybody, it's Pam and Bill at Country Living Newbie Custom Decor in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are going to be doing a live video on doing some stenciling with adhesive vinyl stencils, and we're going to do one on pallet wood, and if we have time, we're going to try to do one on this oil can. I'm not sure how well it's going to stick, but we may give that a try. We'll see if we have time. So for those of you who don't know us, we're a husband and wife team. We own Country Living Newbie Custom Decor. We are a premier Dixie Belle retailer, so we sell Dixie Belle Paint's entire line of mineral chalk paint, and we've been doing that for about it's about a year and 4 months. And we're also a retailer for Redesign with Prima, so we sell lots of fun transfers, stencils, mold material, waxes, gilding waxes, and starting to carry some art supplies too. So we have a really cool DIY room in our store, and one of the things we always love is when people come in and can actually play at our demo station. So we're at the demo station now, and we're going to get started. So we'd love for you to give us a like and a share with our video, and I also put a link to order Dixie Belle paint products. Sorry. If you have a local retailer, please go to your local retailer and get your products from them. But if you don't, you can absolutely order from the link that I posted on there. And we do get a little portion of your sales. The price is the same. You don't get charged anymore, but we get a little portion of your sales that we can reinvest in our store. Okay, so today we're going to be using a pre-made pallet board. And some Dixie Belle retailers will carry these along with the adhesive stencils. They come from Pallet Party. So these are very high quality adhesive vinyl stencils. They're very easy to use. We're going to show you how to use one tonight. The boards are the exact size to put your stencil on. They come in bigger boards. There's bigger stencils. And then they also have the boards that are even. So you can see these are offset on every other pallet, but they make both kinds. So we're going to be putting this on this, and you guys can read the stencil there. Well-behaved women seldom make history. So I know that's a popular saying. So we're going to put it on some wood. So the first thing we're going to do, these are really nice boards. You have to be careful sometimes with pallet boards. You want to make sure that they're pretty tight together and that they're even, because if you put your stencil on over the where they meet and they're not tight, your paint could leak and bleed under your stencil. So these are nice high quality boards. So the colors we're going to be using tonight are, let's do it this way. So on the board itself, we're going to do some dry brushing, and if you guys haven't watched our videos before, I love to dry brush. I think it's one of the easiest techniques you can use. And it's quick, so it's like instant gratification because it's dry almost as soon as you put it on. So we're going to be doing some of that so we can get our stencil on pretty quick. But we're going to be using Dixie Belle's Rebel Yellow and Soft Pink. That's going to be the base of the board. And then we're going to use Caviar, which is Dixie Belle's Black, as our wording. And I thought about, and you guys give me some ideas. I was going to do all the words black, but there's some pretty little scrolly accents there, so we might be able to do those in a different color. You don't have to do your whole stencil one color. You can do every word a different color, every letter a different color. Doesn't matter. That's what's so great about these stencils.
Misty says that dry brushing rocks.
It totally rocks.
Now,
it's
do you want to see a video of us dry brushing rocks, or what was...
I think we should dry brush a rock.
I
don't know how.
Idea.
I don't know about you guys, but like my sister used to paint rocks. Like we had pet rocks as a kid, so I don't know, pet rocks. All right, but yeah, I love dry brushing because it's so easy and it's super quick. If we get a chance, and so take a look at this. After we get our black lettering on, I was thinking we might, actually maybe that's what we'll do on the scrolls. We'll do them black, but we're going to use these gilding waxes. Let's do it this way. I thought they were kind of pretty because they're pink and gold. And if we put that over the black, it'll kind of match the background. So we're gonna do that. This one is Warm Gold by Dixie Belle. And this one is Rose Gold, and this is a Prima Wax. All right, and we're gonna use our little paper plate here. And for dry brushing, if you all watched our dry brushing video on the Dixie Belle page, we couldn't stress enough to use the cheapest chip brush you could find. So you want something that's just kind of ragged. Don't, break out your nice synthetic brushes. You don't need to. You just need a nice cheap brush. So I think I want to do mostly pink on this with a little bit of yellow. So let's start out that way. These are great bottles if you do a lot of painting. They're FIFO bottles, first in, first out. They're like condiment bottles, so they open at the top and you pour your paint in and then you squeeze it out the bottom. So you're always using what's in there the longest, and you just keep refreshing it. And they work pretty darn well. Sometimes they get a little clumpy, but for the most part they work pretty good. All right, so we're gonna get some paint on there. And I just realized I already forgot something.
Dry brush without paper
I
towels?
have a paper towel. Okay.
I think you paint more paper towels than you do projects.
You know how many paper plates we go through? All right, so let's just start.
Paper towels.
What'd I say?
Paper plates.
Both. Yeah. We go through both.
Yes, that's
And
true.
Ziploc bags.
Yes.
Ziploc bags, because we always put our paintbrushes in there. All right. So when you're doing this with the cheapo chip brush, you have to watch out for rogue bristles, because they will come out like crazy. So just kind of pick them out as you go. Just expect it. Anytime you use a natural bristle brush, really, you're gonna get some shedding. And I'm actually going a little heavier on this than I normally would with dry brushing, but I want to get some pretty decent coverage, and I want to make sure you're not here watching us for 6 hours painting a piece of palette wood. But with dry brushing, you can layer, and build on your color. So if I want more, I'm just going to go back and put some more on.
The dry brushing technique does not require the addition of any water.
Put your Mr. bottles away, people. Put them away. You don't need them. Generally, when you're painting with a mineral chalk paint, it's thick. And it's always good, especially if you're blending. If you're blending, you've got to have a Mr. bottle. Not a squirt bottle, a Mr. bottle. But tonight's not about Misters. It's about Mrs.
Mrs.
Yes.
You don't have a Mrs. bottle. They have them at Amazon?
They might. All right.
Now you're not getting complete coverage on there. Is that deliberate?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna see how it goes. I might decide just to paint the whole thing. I don't know yet. But we're gonna hit it with some yellow, and we may go back over it with some pink. So let's take out our Rebel Yellow. And you can see, like, sometimes you get like.
Is that enough, or do you need more?
No. Are you Billy Idol?
Rebel Yellow?
Rebel Yellow, okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I live with this every day.
Sorry.
Every day. Okay. So let's see how we like this. I really kind of wanted the pink to be the main color, so I may end up just going back over it with some pink. So where's everybody watching from? If you're on now, let us know.
Trula's watching. Hey,
Hey,
Trula. BJ McVeigh.
Well, hey,
What's up,
BJ.
BJ? And Christina Hansen.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining. BJ, did you survive your market days?
Trula says hi.
Hi, Trula. Hey, girl. All right.
BJ says hi. Actually, she says, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. That's more like it. We did find some cool places in Huntsville yesterday. So that was fun. Got some cool things. I feel like this needs something else. Maybe it'll be enough with the black. I almost feel like it needs, I don't know, a darker yellow. What do you guys think?
You got any other pinks?
Yeah. No, not that's open. Not that's open. I just feel like it's it's really muted.
Lori's watching from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Hey, thanks for joining.
My parents live in North Carolina.
Yes.
In a little place called
What do you think?
Yadkinville.
What do you think with that yellow? That helps a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think it needs like a I don't know. Just feel like it's getting
What
lost.
about some flamingo?
Flamingo? I don't think I have that down here. Apricot. What about apricot?
I said flamingo.
No, that's like too
It's too peachy.
too much like that.
Or apricot-y.
Oh, guys. You think when we do the black over
Anita's
it?
watching from Kingsland, Georgia.
Georgia. Very good. I don't know. What do you think, guys? We need something else. Should I do white? Red? Who's got an idea?
Any suggestions?
It just looks like it's lost. What if I do...
Some blue in there?
What if I do just a little bit?
Give it a shot.
A little bit?
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, it could be a disaster. Beyond repair, total disaster.
Anita says fluff.
We think we need some white in there? I can do some white. Let's put this on and then let's see. I don't want a lot of this though, because I don't want it
Why
to...
don't you do the perimeter?
Perimeter? Oh, that might be nice. Oh, I like. You had a good idea, huh? I don't know where you got it from.
I'm a genius. Super
genius. Oh my gosh, he's a Bugs Bunny fan. Everybody loves Wile E. Coyote, and I love that. I think that looks really good.
And the black won't interfere with it.
No.
So.
I feel like I want to go all over, but I shouldn't.
No, just stay on the outside.
That's what happens, right? Once you start dry brushing, well, I think on the last video I said, when you end up dry brushing, you probably use like 5 or 6 colors because it's just so easy to create really cool looks. Let's go around that little knot in the wood there.
Anita says she likes it. How about a little bit more on the top here?
Yeah, I haven't done the edges.
Yeah.
So I can go back and do those. What do you think?
And
Love.
Good. Over here. There you go.
Love it.
Yep. It's just what it needed. Something on the outside there.
All right.
Anita likes it.
But I think I like the idea of some white. I have cotton here, so let's just do that.
Now maybe stay in the middle with that? Like avoid the outside?
Yeah. Once again, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We're just going to use the same brush.
Trula says it pops.
Yay! Pops. All right, let's just... It's actually probably going to be like a light yellow. Ah, too much.
I would just say hit it in spots.
What do you think? I like.
Looks good.
All right, I think that's our base because it's all about that base. I probably have a little bit of a low blood sugar right now. I'm starving, so my jokes are going to be terrible. So just kind of bear with us.
And we're having salmon tonight.
Well, this kind of looks like salmon. All right, so I'm just going to stick my little brushes in here. Now for the fun part.
Dry enough?
This is pretty dry. I think I'm gonna hit it real quick. But I mean, nothing's coming off on my hand. That was already there. But you want to make sure. Before you put your vinyl on that this is dry. Otherwise, your vinyl is not going to stick. Like this is a little wet here, but that's all right. So the vinyl stencils come with 2 sheets on either side. So there's the back side, which is what we're going to peel off first to reveal the stickiness. Now, when you peel it off, sometimes letters or like the insides of your O or your A will stick to the backing. So just kind of watch as you pull it off. These Palette Party stencils, I rarely ever, I can't even remember having a problem peeling these off. They're just such high quality. So if you're a beginner, these are wonderful stencils to use.
High quality, it's all backwards.
So this one, I think I just pressed too hard on the paper here. Hang on. You can also, before you take the back off, hold that for a sec. Darn it. You can get like a what do they call it? Like a burnisher, squeegee. This is not one, but you can just give it a good wipe, rubbing. That way you won't lose as many of those little pieces. But I mean, this is coming off super easy. And then you just toss that. You don't need, you can literally toss it if you want. Always look at the back of your palette because you want to make sure if there's a hook. I didn't put the hook on this yet, but these palettes also come with a little hook. I mean, it's all you need. So just make sure if you have the hook on that you're putting your stencil on the right way. Okay, I'm doing this upside down. So this is very sticky. You kind of hear it. And there's still a protective sheet on top. If I didn't have this protective sheet on top, my vinyl would just be flip-flopping all over and I wouldn't be able to lay it flat. So this is really just to make your job easier in putting your stencil down. So you can put it down and it's not automatically gonna stick there. You do have some play with it as long as you don't press it down. So you kind of want to get it where you want it. If you're OCD and you need to measure it, by all means.
Misty is asking where we got the palette sign.
This comes from both of them come from Palette Party. And there are some Dixie Belle retailers out there that sell these. Like, I don't know if you want to, it's by the window, so I don't know if you want to kind of turn around. But so in our shop, we sell, and if you're getting the glare, sorry.
It's okay.
We sell a bunch of these adhesive stencils and then the boards that go along with it. And like I said before, there's a couple different sizes. So here's a smaller one that you can do on a smaller sign. Like there's one that we did. This is a favorite with the cardinal. So if you guys have special meaning, cardinals have special meaning for you, this is a real nice one. So Palette Party does a real good job. They give you a instruction sheet. And then they also give you, if you need this, a little starter kit. So it's got your card that like you can use as your squeegee. It's got your chip brush. I'm going to show you what this other brush is for. And a little bit of clear coat sealer. And this is actually Dixie Belle's satin clear coat. And I'm going to show you what you use that for in just a minute. So Palette Party does a very nice job of giving you everything you need. And some of your retailers may carry some of this. We do a lot of palette sign classes, so these are good for workshops too. So
you also have someone who makes palette signs. Yes.
So normally Bill makes our signs, but I kind of wanted to show you what Palette Party has to offer that you can buy. And they also do custom stencils. So they will make something like with your name on it. All right, so I'm just really pressing down right now, all around the edges, all around the letters.
And you really didn't even take any measurements of that. You
I
just kind of
didn't.
eyed it, and that's plenty
Yeah.
good because the stencil itself is perfect for
This,
that piece of wood.
right. The size is really perfect. Now, it's a little bit trickier when you have these ones that are uneven. You know, you just kind of have to draw your imaginary line. Okay, so now...
Christina, I was wondering what that was. Thank you for clarifying.
What?
It was
The,
just a whole line of mixed up, jumbled letters, and her dog put her paw on the keyboard.
oh, on the comments?
Yeah.
That's the best. Hey, Pooch. So your Pooch is watching with you.
And commenting, apparently.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna basically peel back the top sheet. You wanna start in the corner, and you don't wanna pull up, you wanna pull back. And as you pull, you're gonna see, you may or may not, just depending how well your stencil's, your vinyl's sticking down. It may start to pull up a little bit, so just go slow, and if you see that start to pull up, I don't know if you can see that or not.
Before you, here, let me get a closer look.
You see how it's kind of pulling up?
Yep.
Just kind of go back down and flatten it out, because if you keep pulling, your stencil's going to be all kind of out of
Yeah, you don't want to tear the
out of
vinyl.
shape. And I didn't bring. I don't have my little. Let me get the credit card out of here. Hold on, sorry. I want to show everybody the tool that you can use, but they give you this in the kit. You can use a credit card, but you can kind of smooth it as you go with this. And I probably would have waited just a little bit longer with the paint. That's probably why I'm having a little bit of lifting here. I don't know what that dot is. So next to weeding, when your stencil out, when you're done, this is kind of the worst part of doing this. And you know, go kind of slow, and as you get further, it's going to be a little bit harder, so just kind of hold the end and pull back. Slow and steady wins the race. And sometimes I get impatient, and if it's kind of sticking, I'll go to another corner and start there. But you really just try to start from one corner and go to the next. Don't start like on the flat. Go from corner to corner. And the stencils that have, you know, some real thin vinyl, those are always a little bit trickier.
Those little scrolls are
Yeah, there's just some real tiny.
real thin vinyl is just gonna
Yep.
be hard to pull up or keep down in this case.
And this is not a permanent vinyl, so for those of you like that have a Cricut or a Silhouette vinyl cutter machine, which is what we used for this stencil, if we get a chance we'll show you that. This is a removable vinyl, so if you're gonna use a vinyl, if you're gonna do the reverse of this and leave the vinyl on with the letters, you'd want to use a different type of vinyl. But this vinyl will easily pull up when we're ready to take the stencil. The other thing you could use is if you have a brayer, so like a roller, you could, I could have done that. That probably would have helped. But it's always good to show you a worst case scenario, so you know how to deal with things that may happen. There's another little
Let's not show worst case scenario. Let's explain what to do if we have a worst case
Well, I mean, it's
scenario.
pulling up in some spots, but I mean, that's really the worst. If you go slow, you just don't want to, you know, pull it fast, and then you're left with like the middle of your A and your O and the dot of your I, and then you're trying to put it back in.
Which you can do.
You can. I've even like free-handed stuff in that I screwed up, so not a big deal. Whoop. All right, we're getting there. Look.
Susie Astuto is watching.
Hey, Susie. Oh my gosh, how are you?
Betty says hi. Betty helps.
Hey, Betty. How are you? Susie, where are you living now? You're like up north and somewhere cold, aren't you? Best nursing supervisor ever. I'm trying to go quick now because I know this is probably
boring.
as fun as I don't know what. We're trying to come up with a video for Bill to do. We've actually got people messaging us on Facebook saying he needs to do a video, maybe with his woodworking or, well, yeah, with his woodworking. So we're trying to figure out how to do that because his shop, of course, is at the house and it's in a outbuilding with no signal, and so we're trying
and woodworking has nothing to do with painting?
No, but a lot of people, you know, I mean, you could make you could make these signs fairly easy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get pallet wood, which, you know, everyone can kind of find pallets. They're free all over the place if you just go on Craigslist. So now what I'm doing is I'm just rubbing around the letters, because the most frustrating thing about doing a sign is when your paint bleeds underneath your vinyl, right? And then you have like messy letters. It's just frustrating. So these stencils don't bleed a whole lot, if at all, if you do it right. So I don't usually do this next step, but I'm going to show you guys how to prevent bleeding from happening at all. So if we...
Jay says he could do a video of the chickens.
The chicken, I know he cleaned up the pen today. We have like the chicken condo. We're getting ready to put them in there. So yeah, wait till you see their new digs. Okay, so there's two ways to prevent your paint from bleeding. One is to take some clear coat, and this is Dixie Belle Satin Clear Coat. Could be any of the clear coats. Doesn't have to be satin. Could be flat or glossy, but generally the satin is what I use. I just like the consistency of it because it's a little bit thicker. And you would just take a little bit on your brush and rub it, and I go in circles. Rub it right on your letters. So where the vinyl meets the wood, you really want to get the clear coat in there. Don't like try to be neat and go like this, okay? You kind of have to really go in circles and get it in there. This is going to seal the vinyl and the wood. So, and it's clear, right? So you'll never even know it was there. So you can do that, which I'm not going to do it on all these letters, but in our classes, I do have our folks do this because, again, it's there's nothing more frustrating than working so hard and then your paint bleeds. So that's one way. If I had painted this whole board pink, I could take a little bit of paint on my finger and I would rub it. So whatever color you painted your board, you take that same color and do just what I did on the edge. That will also help seal your vinyl to your board. So you can do either. The problem with this is we use like 4 different colors dry brushing. We don't have full coverage, so I don't really want to do that, right? So that doesn't work in this instance. But I think you'll see, as long as you really do a good job with putting your vinyl down, you won't have any problems. And if you do, I mean, you can touch up the letters when you're done with the base coat that you did. So now there are many ways to put your paint on your stencil. There's stencil brushes. So these are new stencil brushes by Prima. They are awesome. They come in all different sizes. So if I was gonna do this whole thing one color, I could use this brush and I would be done in like a minute. But we're gonna probably, actually we are gonna do the whole thing in one color, aren't we? We're gonna do black.
Caviar, right?
And then we're gonna go over it, yeah. I may use this one. But they make all different sizes. There's 3 or 4 different sizes. There's kind of a pointy one. They can also be used as a wax brush. So they're they're super soft. They're just really nice brushes.
Jessica Kinsman is watching.
Hey, girl.
Reininger.
Fun. Thanks guys for joining. Share and like and invite a friend to watch.
Betty invited and shared.
Thank you, Betty. These are also stencil brushes by Prima, so we carry these in the store too. They come 3 in a pack, and they are 3 different sizes. So here's the 3 sizes. A small, medium, and I guess a large, but I mean not large compared to that. But these are kind of nice too. They're 3 in a pack, and they're all different sizes. So if you have some smaller areas, you can do that. You can also use a pouncer. So Walmart has these, or Hobby Lobby. They come in different sizes. You can pounce it on. Until I fell in love with these, I was using a Dixie Belle chip brush. So I would take a chip brush and cut the end off, which this is going to be a bad example because I have wax on it. But I would just use the flat end, and it's a fantastic stencil brush. So the Dixie Belle chip brushes are really good for that. So lots of ways you could do that. You could use a paintbrush. Just, there's hundreds of ways to get your paint on.
Tigger would be a good stenciler.
Tigger?
Mm-hmm.
T-I-double-G-R. I'm not following.
Pounces.
Oh. Jeez.
Fun.
Fun. It is fun. Okay, so we're going to use Caviar. Dixie Belle's black. You don't need much, and we're gonna, so you don't use a ton of paint because that is also gonna maybe cause some bleeding. What concerns me is the line. So right here, here I managed to avoid all the letters, but right through my word there and right through my word here is where the palettes meet. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful there. So use, that's probably too much paint. You want to use a dry brush. Again, dry brushing is your friend. And you might need 2 coats, which is fine. And just pounce it on. Don't rub, because that gives you more opportunity to get your paint underneath.
Because then you're dragging the paint.
And the other thing you want
under the stencil.
Be careful of is if you're close to the edge, just stick some tape right on the edge. I think we'll do it there, and we'll do it here. That way we don't get the black on our board.
I think we learned that the hard way.
Those are always the best lessons learned. When you make a mistake, right?
Shelley Brandt is watching.
Hey Shelley, happy birthday. I like your birthday present. That was pretty cool.
This video is dedicated to Shelley Brandt and her birthday.
We want to sing happy birthday?
Do we?
Well, you guys don't want me to sing happy birthday.
Teresa Little shared.
Thank you, Teresa.
And apparently she's also watching.
Well, good. If you can share and not watch, that's pretty good. All right. So we're going to do all these letters black, and then we're going to go back over the scrolls with our gilding wax. So that's going to be cool. Since this sign is going to be hanging up, actually it's going to be for sale when I'm done, but more than likely it's going to be hanging on someone's wall. You don't need to seal it. There's no need to put any sealer on it unless it's going to be outside in the elements. Dixie Belle paint does not need to be sealed. It does take 30 days to fully cure up though. So you want to wait at least that long to, again, it's a sign, so it's hanging on the wall, but if you're painting a piece of furniture or something, you don't want to use it for about a month. You can use it, but you want to be very, very gentle. Gentle use.
Casey Hines is apparently ready to make history.
Really? Girl, what are you doing?
She said she's never been accused of being well behaved.
Right. We just beg for forgiveness, right? Shelly, we used to do that when we first started our informatics jobs, right? Blazing trails. We just do what we thought was right, and I don't know, if we got yelled at, we would just say we're sorry and move on. All right. Sorry about the...
Hey, we could do the birthday song that we saw on the, remember in Orlando, that dinner show we went to?
No?
The pirate one?
What was that song? I don't know how you remember these things.
They brought all
I
the
remember
kids
the
up on stage.
I remember the pirate show.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the song.
He brought all the kids up on stage that were having a birthday, and he says, "Okay, everybody, here's your birthday song." And he says, "This is your birthday song. It isn't very long."
Oh, and it's over.
Yeah.
Okay, we just sung you happy birthday, Shelley.
That's it.
We're getting there, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a little bit. If you haven't said where you're from, let us know where you're from.
Teresa Little is from Palmdale, California.
California. Nice. We're,
Todd Pirtle is watching.
Hey, Todd. Tell Rhonda we said hey.
Betty says, "Cute."
Ooh, a little too heavy there.
Uh-oh. You're rushing it again.
That could be a disaster. We'll see. Could be a disaster. We're in,
Betty's from Greater Boston.
that's right, you're from up there in Boston. We're about 30 or 40 miles south of Nashville.
Yeah, probably 35. somewhere.
In Middle Tennessee, and our town is Spring Hill, and it's like one of the, I forget the number, but it's like one of the fastest growing communities in the country. So literally daily we see California, Chicago, Michigan. There's
See a lot of people from California.
Yeah, tons of people from
Just
California.
like a mass exodus, apparently.
But there's one more.
Jessica's from good old Brooksville.
Yes, Jessica. Your little one's a cutie. Did I?
Brooksville, Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So we got our coat of black on. I'm not gonna hit these scrolls with the second coat because we're gonna do our gilding waxes on those. But I don't think this part is quite dark enough. So let's just, and be careful if you're gonna use a heat gun to dry, because it is vinyl, you don't want it to start bubbling up. So just kind of keep it moving. Keep it on low.
Jessica's got another one on the way.
Yes, congratulations!
Susie Smith is from Corsicana, Texas.
Hey, Susie.
Corsicana, Texas.
Yeah. You should show your hat. It kind of reminds me of Texas, right? Is that
The
something?
hat?
Your hat.
Something? I guess.
Yeah. Phil's like addicted to his new hat, so he wears it like 24.
We're living the life. I'm wearing it.
He wears it like 24/7.
Well.
There are some instances where he does take it off. Now, moving on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Probably just got banned from Facebook forever.
And they shut us down.
We're coming up. Oh, too
Tracy's
much.
from Alaska.
What? Seriously?
That's what it says.
Oh my gosh. How cool. What? Really? How cool?
How cold?
Wow. Alaska. That's neat. And you don't have to wait till your paint's dry. In fact, I prefer not to wait till my paint is dry to pull my stencil off. I just find it's a little bit easier and less.
Well, there's always a
Less
chance
sticky.
that the paint may pull up
Yeah.
with the stencil.
Yeah, you do get that sometimes. There's just some areas up here, I'm sure you can't see them, but like on the edges that I missed.
Tracy says it's been in the 50s up there. Beautiful.
Oh, balmy. Been in the 50s here too.
Yeah, what the heck?
Jeez. May as well be in Alaska. Actually, today was beautiful, and I think we're finally out of our cold. All right, what do you think?
I think history, as soon as you're done with history, should be good.
Yeah. That's the problem with these bottles. Sometimes it comes out a little fast.
Well, just like when you're using it for ketchup or
Yeah,
mustard.
yeah. Like it's not coming out, and then it's, yeah. All right. So unfortunately we can't pull it up quite yet because we need to do the gilding wax on the scrolls.
Get on
So
with it.
let's do that. It's in our bag. Okay. So we're gonna use rose gold. And I think we're gonna do that on this top one. So with this, you can put it on with your finger. You can use a little brush, but I'm just gonna put it on my finger. This stuff smells incredible, by the way. And we're just gonna hit a little bit of that scroll. And I kind of have to press hard because it's really just sitting on the vinyl. But that is pretty. What do we think? That's going to be nice, huh?
Maura Bouchard is from New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, another northerner. Got Betty from Boston.
I was so disappointed about the Old Man in the Mountain.
Go on.
Oh, it's like a tourist site. It's a big rock that sticks out
In New Hampshire?
in New Hampshire.
What happened?
Well, from a distance, it looks like an old man's face,
Yeah.
like an old man from the sea or something. And as rocks tend to do, over time,
Oh.
the whole face
Crumble?
slid off.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I think we should do pink on the top and the bottom, and then
Yeah, I
we'll do
would keep it
gold.
consistent. Yeah.
We'll do gold in there. I have no idea how this is going to look once we take it off. But we'll find out shortly. I don't know if it's going to be like too blingy for the look we're going for, but we'll see. This is a metallic, both of these are metallic, so they have quite a bit of sheen.
Jennifer Truppers from Chicago.
So that's one place we see a lot of people moving to Spring Hill, where we are from Chicago.
Is it Chicago or Detroit?
Chicago was the other one, because I'm like,
Yeah.
there's another one. All right. So,
Well, Chicago's definitely in the news.
yeah, I guess we're all in the news for something. Okay, so we got the pink up on the top and the bottom.
Which one was that? The rose?
That was rose gold.
Rose gold. And this one is...
This is warm gold, and this is the Dixie Belle one. And we're going to put that right on this one.
And that's not a letter or anything, right? That's just a scroll.
It's just another scroll, which I wish the scrolls were the same. I would have liked that better, but that's okay. hopefully
You
this will.
probably could even put it like on some of the letters, not like covering, but maybe just on the edges
Are
of
you
some.
crazy? Who thinks Bill's crazy? I think he's crazy.
Jennifer says her hubby wants to move to Tennessee. We recommend it.
Yay! Come visit us. Come visit us. We'll show you around. If you come this weekend, is it Mule Day? So in
This weekend.
This weekend. So in Columbia, Tennessee, which is actually where we live down the road, every year they have Mule Day, which is actually a week long. So I can't quite figure out why it's called Mule Day, but Google Mule Day, Columbia, Tennessee. Very, very interesting. Okay, so now we are going to pull this up.
I still think you should highlight some of the letters, but that's fine.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking
Just like random?
Yeah, just like maybe on the right side of some of the letters.
They're wet.
Oh, if they're wet, then don't worry about it.
I'll indulge you. You've made some good decisions lately. So I mean,
I would use the rose. I'm not the rose, the other gold. Well, they're both called gold.
on the letters, just kind of random.
Like I would just like on the do it on the
This
same
way?
side.
What are you talking about?
Do it on the same side of each letter.
Oh no, we're gonna be here all day.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we better. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
for
think it
sharing. But no.
Okay.
Okay, so when you pull up your vinyl, it helps to have one of these. So you can clean your teeth with it, and you can also weed your vinyl. This comes in that little kit I was showing you.
At the same time.
No, that's disgusting. So, so it helps you just kind of get the corner. So you kind of peel it up. And just like we pulled off the top part, this part is much easier. You can pull it and don't worry about it all kind of ripping. Just kind of rip it off. So you'll get your main piece off, and then
The fun part.
remember the part I was telling you about? Like the beginning part is about as fun as this. Then you have to go under and pull out all your other pieces. So this can be rather tedious, especially if you have a lot of words. I always go for the big pieces that are easy first, because again, I like instant gratification. I don't want to work on a little tiny piece. I want to see like big chunks come off. So this part, and this is kind of hard to tell because we got the gilding wax all over the vinyl, but all this is vinyl here that has to come off. I think that looks really good. I'm glad we did the gilding wax. Just gives it a little something to make the scrolls stand out, right?
It looks better on the letters.
If you want, I'll unroll this, lay it back down later, and redo it.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, I mean, do you see how easy these stencils are? It's very easy to make a sign. And you don't have to use pallet wood. You can just use a regular piece of wood. The Home Depot will cut a piece for you if you can't.
I mean, this will work with plywood.
Yeah.
There's some decent grade plywoods. You can buy a whole 4x8 sheet, and Home Depot will cut it up into pieces for you.
Yeah. There you go.
Now, it won't be, the edges will be a little rough, just a little sandpaper. Take care of the edges for you. But if you want to do it out of a piece of pallet wood or something, maybe I'll do
There you go. That's
a video on
yeah.
how to make it. But I'd have to do it, like I have all the big tools.
Yeah, I mean, I think people.
I'd have to do it out of, like how to make it out of regular hand tools.
Yeah, what what everyone else has, not your big boy tools.
I like the big boy tools. That's why I have them.
All right, what do you guys think?
We already got people saying, looks good, looks awesome.
Nice.
And we are not going to have time to do that. Red.
Oh, come on.
We're almost coming up on an hour. So,
Really?
yeah.
Let's do it real quick. People can grab replay. If people want to drop, no worries at all. What do we think?
Misty says, love it.
I love it. I love it. And you always, always just double check and make sure you didn't leave a piece of vinyl on there. I think we look good.
It inspired Tracy to make a stencil.
Yay! You go, girl.
Yeah,
All right.
That blue really made the difference, I think.
Yeah. I'm so glad I thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know. And if you wanted to distress it a little bit, you could sand it and distress it a little bit. But I like.
Susie says, very cool.
Love it.
It's going on the fridge.
All right. So here is a stencil that we made, and you're gonna see the difference between the palette party stencils and we've used like the same contact paper like 6 times because we're cheap. But the vinyl sticks a little bit more. Actually, this is coming off pretty good. So we found this, which I think it's an oil can, yesterday.
In Huntsville.
In Huntsville. This oil can is from Huntsville, Alabama. And so this piece does not want to come off. There we go. And I was trying to Google like cute oil can sayings.
There aren't any?
They don't exist. So we're going to do Spring Hill, Tennessee. So this, I don't know if this is going to work, but this red stuff is like chipping off. I went ahead and sprayed it with a polyurethane, I guess. But it's still kind of chipping off. So let's see, we're gonna lay it right there. And rub it down. And I don't know, let's see. It's gonna stick.
It's not
Yeah.
wanting to stick.
You just kind of, I mean, it's sticking, but you have to press it down. And so this one we will seal afterwards because the paint is just coming off. Did anybody know, how you, we do the established date or the coordinates, those are popular, like your city and your coordinates. The established date goes by when the post office was established, right? Right?
Yes?
Okay. Didn't you tell me that?
No?
Oh, I think a customer told us that. Because we have to look up the established date for something, and that's what you use. So whenever the post office was established. If you don't have a post office, then, I'm not sure what you do. I guess you don't get an established sign. Okay. So that one was a little trickier. And this one, I definitely think we should definitely probably use the clear coat to seal this because the vinyl is just not sticking real well. And you don't need it thick. Yeah, there's some spots that are kind of coming up.
Yeah.
But you can absolutely stencil on metal with Dixie Belle. That's gonna bleed.
The rougher the surface, the harder it's going to be to...
Yeah. Yeah, we probably could have... I was actually looking for like a wire brush earlier, but I couldn't find one.
And I think you may have pulled up the black of the R.
Oh no, where'd my R go? All right, we're gonna have to draw that in later. That's okay. See, you
We
lose.
got a worst case scenario.
You lose your O-holes. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. And we're gonna use cotton on this one. Darn.
Using a very expensive Harbor Freight blow gun, or heat gun.
All right. Let's.
Plug in your Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Send us free stuff.
Yeah. Royalties. We need royalties. All right. This could be an epic fail. It could be absolutely beautiful. We'll see. We did a bucket, like a galvanized bucket, out front, and we put Prima's Stick and Style stencils on there, and that came out really pretty.
Watch your edges.
Huh?
Watch your edges. You're almost on the edge.
Yeah. You can tape. Remember, you can tape those off.
Jennifer asks, was the clear coat to seal the edges?
Yes. Yep.
Sure was.
Just helps to prevent bleeding.
Hopefully.
Like on the pallet wood, we didn't use it. On this might bleed anyway. I mean, it's a really rough surface. The paint is really chippy. And I know we're going super long here, so if I was doing this and taking my time, I would be using a much drier brush probably too, because I have a lot of paint on this brush.
But for time's sakes, we're going for
Coverage.
Coverage, and we're not worried about the bleeding so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. Oh, it's horrible.
And it's destroyed.
Yeah, I knew that spot was going to be. So, Spring Hill, Tennessee. So I got to draw the R part in there. Oh, heck, I can't draw that. How am I going to draw that with chippy red?
We'll figure it out. Just get some red or something.
Yeah, I was thinking we could just draw it in,
through.
but... All right.
Because it's all rustic and
Yeah, we'll probably just...
the edges are kind of very rough on it.
And Dixie Belle makes a rustic red, so I think we're going to be...
That'll be close enough.
We'll be
to
okay.
Just put a few dots where the R is.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yep. All right, everybody.
Looks good.
Well, I hope you guys learned something about stenciling, and we appreciate you joining. And if you are interested in ordering stencils, check with your local Dixie Belle retailer first. And if you need assistance, you can absolutely reach out to me, and I'll be glad to help you.
Is that a custom stencil? Yes, we made that
This one we made.
from our Cricut.
Yeah. Yep.
Cheryl Day says, love it. I want one for Columbia.
Hey, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Cheryl, I hope your foot, your ankle, you broke something is better.
And I think it was Maura that said we should just scrape the white off.
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant, except for the fact that I think it'll probably pull the red up with it.
Yeah, but even if the silver is coming through, that's going to work.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Maura,
I think so.
am I saying that right? Thank you.
I can't scroll.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work for sure. All right, guys. I know we ran long, so thank you so much, and we appreciate you joining. We'll see you, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the next day. Take care.